6'0", 201, 199, 32 and a quarters, runs 4.37. Smacks a taste out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long. Georgia safety Lewis Cine, we got to him a little later in the cross-check process, and it kind of felt like we just started at the front and worked our way back with the Georgia defenders. But by the time you got to him, it felt like you'd seen enough of him to know he was going to be a splash player. But it wasn't until we really watched Lewis Cine to really appreciate who he is as a prospect, because I think he's a high-level starter at the next level. 6'0", 201, 199, 32 and a quarter on the arms, verified 4.37 in the 40-yard dash. A pretty explosive athlete. Dre, talk about this striking ability that he has, how he runs the alley and gets down and fits the run, and what that does for the NFL team that's going to be inserting him into their team, but also for his projection to the next level overall.
He is a contact seeker, man. He runs the alley like a madman. He's someone who plays a nasty, violent brand of football, loves to hit. If he lines you up, he's going to try to knock you out. And in my opinion, it sometimes works against him, because when the ball is in his area, he's more content with trying to knock you out as opposed to making plays on the ball. And I always say that the most valuable defensive backs, in my opinion, are those that get you the ball back. You don't get any extra points for physical tackles, right? And so from that standpoint, I think there's room for growth. I don't think he has a ton of upside in coverage. I think he is best suited in split safety looks. Probably not someone you want as your single high guy, but he's physical, man. He loves to tackle, and he will be a tone setter on the back end of your defense.
His range, playing from depth to the run game,
coming in
in is legit, and I love watching it. Then you talk about how vital of a striker he is. I believe it was 2020 against Florida, where he nearly knocked, I can't remember if he knocked Kyle Pitts out of the game, or he nearly knocked him and Kyle Pitts out of the game. Well, that's how hard that collision was. And there's a play against Alabama the same year where he's playing from depth. He reads Najee Harris getting the ball, and the speed to click and close and then make a violent hit on a 240-pound 6'2" back. Like, he strikes so heavily. Like you said, I don't really see much upside of him in pass coverage either. But put him in that split safety type of range. I can see him kind of playing maybe that kind of robber in the cover 3 as well, being that tone setter. That guy that we haven't seen that since like Cam Chancellor, really. That guy that come down, rob in the middle, and strike fear in the hearts of receivers. But he's got that type of violent mindset and tackling ability that he can fit that role.
Absolutely.
I think I see a little more redeeming qualities in him in coverage than maybe you or Dre are talking about, just in terms of his man-to-man ability, because he's a 4.39, I think it was, Kyle, right? He has some length, and so his ability to kind of line up, take away tight ends, play man-to-man, I think he can do that. Where I think he lacks in coverage is in zone. I question his eyes, I question his instincts. I think that can be improved, but from his ability in the run game and to be that enforcer, be able to line up in the box, make plays, make tackles, be around the football, he can really help an NFL defense.
Well, he was boring in coverage, but when you turned on the All-22 and you saw the different places that he was used, I didn't realize how versatile his alignments were, whether he was in the slot or he was on the second level as kind of like a sub-backer type to play physical, or he was playing in split safeties or from depth in high post. But seeing that gave me a little bit of a better appreciation for, okay, I think he can do these things. And then I'm asking myself the question, like, how often did teams push the ball down the field versus Georgia to showcase what he could or couldn't do from depth? Because think about the Kentucky game this past year, right? Yeah. Everything was a manufactured double lateral or trick play or a screen, just something to get us on the perimeter and hope we can break some tackles because we can't drop back to save our lives. They didn't even try and drop back pass because they knew they couldn't block him up front. Right. So he's one of those guys that, like, what you're going to get in coverage is a little bit of a mystery bag for me because you don't know, because of the defense was so damn good that you couldn't really see him get tested in that regard. But I like seeing that he was moved in different places. He was asked and charged with doing different things. It gives me a good feel for his football IQ. And you can obviously see with at least the straight line speed and the length and the physicality, okay, maybe this is a guy that you can get some man-to-man coverage on some tight ends and potentially feel good about what that looks like. I can't speak to that conviction because that's a projection.
Yeah.
But I'm choosing to buy in on the traits like Mr. Marino says all the time. I'm betting on the traits.
Trademark.
With Lewis Cine. 6'0", 201, 199, 32 and a quarters, runs 4.37, smacks a taste out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long. Lewis Cine, Georgia. Stud.